Hi.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It is Thursday again, and we are back for
Coffee Corner.
That's a good thing.
We're all a little off today because we have been like boots running on the ground every morning until late at night. So I think we're all a little punchy. So that's why today Naomi was so nice, and she went and got us our faves, cortados.
Cortado.
They're the best.
So cheers.
Addicting.
Cheers. They are.
We're doing something new today. Usually we get them with almond milk, but Onyx is really popular, so we're trying them with coconut milk. It tastes the same to me.
It's tropical.
Yeah.
Unlike Northwest Arkansas right now.
Yeah, the sun. What is it? I feel like the last time we met, we were talking about how there was no sun, and still, it comes out and then it leaves, and I'm ready for it to just be out. And sure enough, when it does come out, I'm gonna be like, the sun, it's so
We're
hot.
gonna be at the pool.
We had a few days where it was sunny every day, but they were in Florida, so it was twice as sunny there.
We did. We went to a wedding. Congratulations to Mason and Susan. They got married last Friday, and we went to sunny Florida for a couple days, and that wasn't bad at all. Not complaining. But today we are here to talk about the inspection process, the professional inspection process. So we've talked about a lot of things as we represent a buyer. And so we viewed homes, and before that we talked about criteria and what you were looking for and what was important to you. And then we made sure that you were pre-approved, so we didn't go look at something that wasn't going to make sense for your budget, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Lindsay Camp came from Highlands Mortgage and talked to us about what she does.
Thanks for coming, Lindsay.
Right?
Yes, thank you, Lindsay.
So then we went and we viewed homes, and we found the home, the one that we wanted to make an offer. So we wrote an offer, we negotiated a contract, we got under contract. Congratulations, buyers. So we've got part of everything done. So then we send your file to the title company, and we were lucky enough to have Shelby LeBlanc from Waco Title come in and chat with us about.
She was very excited about it.
Yeah. Thank you for overcoming your fears, Shelby.
Brittany Carey, how did that go? Like, Shelby
She got back to
excited
the
she wanted
office.
to come back? We'll all sit on our hands. Think about Shelby.
If we can get her to come back.
Yeah, we'll get her to come back. So Shelby kind of spoke about what her place is in the transaction. So today we want to bring together the professional inspection. And you don't want to buy a home without a professional inspection. That is an out-of-pocket expense to you, the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Really?
She'll definitely come back. Will you come with her?
Yeah, Brittany, you can
Carey.
come on with her. It'll be a party.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bring like some food or something,
We'll share some pie this
We'll
time.
share some pies. Well, I don't know if Naomi will.
Naomi won't share the pie, but the rest of us will share. Okay, so we're digressing. So
But you just like getting us back.
we're going to get that professional inspection. Hi, Shelby.
There she is. Speak of the devil.
We're not going to let you buy a house without the professional inspection. It would just not be right.
In your best interest.
We would not be taking care of you if we did not say you're going to do this. So you're going to spend a few $100s doing that. And in doing that, you're going to learn about the latent defects of the home. So it is for the latent defects. It is not a cosmetic inspection. So if you want to paint the house or it needs a little touch up, we can get through that. But that is not what the professional home inspection is about. Okay. So we're going to recommend some inspectors to you, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer, Miss Buyer, and you're going to choose your inspector, and then we're going to schedule that inspection. We're on a time clock, so we've got to do it with.
So how many days do we have?
We've got to do that. We've got to do that in 10 days, and so we're going to schedule that inspection, and the inspector is going to take about 4 hours. So that's what I like to say, 4 hours. It's usually a little bit less.
Do they have to be there for the whole 4 hours?
So do you have to be there? That's a great question. No, you don't. Can you be? Absolutely. If you want to hang out with the inspector the whole time, by all means. What I recommend is you show up for the wrap-up. And what is the wrap-up? So the inspector is going to spend time on the roof. If it's a crawl space, he's going to get in the crawl space, or she is going to get in the crawl space and look around.
So you don't have to.
So the inspection is going to be very detailed, is what you're saying.
It is going to be very
We're going
detailed.
to know every crack, crevice,
Yeah.
damage, spot, anything.
Yeah. And when he or she is done doing that, they're going to generate a report. And
Shelby, I would love to come back.
Brittany's into, so we've got a party coming up soon.
Oh,
Okay, I'm into it.
so they're going to generate a report. It's going to be a number of pages, and they're going to share that with you. But during the wrap-up, what's really neat is they'll go through the report with you one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so valuable. And I know for myself, I'm always at the wrap-up. Alexandra is always at the wrap-up with her buyers. So we can address any questions right then, but also that inspector is available for you at any time.
So it's a good conversation period
is.
too, to ask questions, or maybe the buyer's a little overwhelmed, you don't know what kind of questions to ask. It just kind of gives you that period. And then also for the real estate agent to really understand, well, what does the buyer want to ask for too? So you're just clearly connected. Is that a good reason to be there?
Yeah, it is. And I think sometimes if you didn't come to the wrap-up, this is my perception. If you didn't come and you read this report, something might seem really big, and it may not be. You may be buying a house that's, 5 or 7 or 10 years old, and the inspector is going to say, this is normal for the age of the home. So don't be concerned, right? So if that little faucet's leaking right now and it's dripping pretty good right now, it's okay. Like, we can fix that. It's not the end of the world.
And I think that's one reason that makes it so great that you and Alexandra go and meet your buyers there, because the buyer can sit there and they can talk with the inspector, and the inspector can go into detail about what they find, but you're kind of there to help translate that, to make it less scary, to kind of really explain what that means for them, what that means for the house, and then what you can do to help them with it.
Yes.
And the one question that Paige always asks that I've noticed is, there's something in here that we should be more concerned about than something else, really sticks out. And usually they'll tell you, well, this is something that hands down needs to be fixed. Like, maybe this can be fixed later.
Yeah, like if you're talking about, and we're going to give a couple scenarios today of situations that we've been in and representing buyers, so you can kind of get an idea what we're talking about. So for me, I represented some folks, and we've gone through the professional inspection. There was a septic system, and the septic had some issues that we could not overcome. I mean, maybe we could have overcome them if the seller wanted to, but he didn't want to overcome them. And maybe the next buyer was going to be okay with that, but it wasn't okay for my buyers. And sometimes that happens. And so we had to move on to something different. And so for them, we moved on to something different. We did another professional inspection, and they're so happy today. They're in their home, and when we did that inspection, something always comes out of the inspection. It doesn't matter what. It could be little things, but we negotiated repairs for them, and the seller just wanted to pay for the repairs rather than do them, and sometimes that happens. So the seller wrote a check to a construction company that is taking care of things for them today, and they're going to have a baby soon and move into the house with their new little baby, and they're just pleased as punch. So everything works out and everything happens for a reason. I do believe that. Alexandra has something interesting that happened and that I want her to share with all of you.
So we actually had an inspection recently that kind of unveiled a lot about the house and just some issues that needed to be addressed, which was really great for the buyer. Like we were saying earlier, the inspector's going to get in all the cracks and crevices and is really going to tell us what's going on with the bones of the house. So we learned that the roof needs to be replaced. The roof is actually leaking into the house, into the crawl space. There aren't any gutters. They needed a French drain. It kind of was almost seemed like a laundry list of things.
Water's leaking into the crawl space.
Yeah, yes.
Like water standing. So, I mean, these are things that have to be addressed.
What else? The deck was not attached to the house. It was only nailed to the house, and it's supposed to be bolted. That was kind of a big deal. You don't really want to be having a party at your house and have 50 people, and the house is in Bella Vista, and you're like having a beer, and the next thing you know, you're in the ravine. I mean, so it definitely was a good learning experience, and it was included on our report for sure.
Yeah, so you do the inspection, and these are things that you would walk through the house that you wouldn't
see them.
You wouldn't like,
and they're not things you think to look for.
Well, you're looking at the paint and the light fixtures, and like, oh, it looks like it's nice and it's in good shape, right? Because that's what I've always thought.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, I can live here. It doesn't smell weird. Like, I don't know. But you're not really thinking about the bones of the house. But when you buy a house and that's your investment, that's something that, you're not just like lighting your money on fire and throwing the trash can because you're renting it. You're like,
the second that comes in your name.
Yeah, you are taking care of it. So kind of like what you were saying about the septic situation with your buyers, you're like, that's just not, it's a deal breaker. You have to go break up with that contract and move on. So yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, so all these things come up on the inspection report, and we learn, and as we always say here, knowledge is power. So then we're going to take that information and we're going to talk about what do we want to ask for in what we call the inspection repair addendum. So we're going to then ask for repairs. Maybe we're not. Maybe everybody's fine and we're just going to gung-ho, not ask for anything. And that's another negotiating period.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll wait for the sellers to respond. And usually everybody just keeps dating, and then we sign that inspection repair addendum, and everybody is happy as can be. So once we get through that, and then Lindsay touched on the next phase, which is the appraisal. And she touched on that just a little bit, but I think that's kind of the final where we can all go, everybody can breathe.
After that, it's pretty much smooth sailing.
So is it important to order the appraisal during the inspection, after the inspection?
Based in different ways. It's always careful to say, I would not order your appraisal and pay for that, because usually that's another out-of-pocket expense until we've gotten through that period. Because if for some reason, and we don't assume that we're going to break up, because we probably aren't, but if you plan for it, then everything will probably work out just fine. And that's kind of my school of thought. Don't order that appraisal. Ask your lender just to hold off till we get through that.
Because once it's been ordered, you don't get that money back.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that back. So if for some reason we don't work through things, so it's just something that we caution our buyers to, and it usually works out just fine. But so we do a blog on the Monday memo.
We do.
So oddly enough, we have a blog about inspection.
We do. So honestly, I can. Back at the end of February, we posted about inspections just because that's when the market kind of really started waking up. I know especially in March, we really felt it waking up, especially the last 2 weeks. We felt it really waking up.
Yes.
So we like to share blog posts, just kind of touching on subjects that we feel like our buyers or our sellers or anyone interested in investing in real estate will kind of stumble across, but it helps educate them in the process. And so when we shared our inspection blog, we just kind of talked about how home inspections is kind of nice to think about it as a kind of insurance. It's not an insurance, but it's a kind of insurance because if it reveals too large of a problem, you have time to decide where to go from there. Like Paige had touched on, you don't go into the inspection period going, I'm going to find things that's going to make me not want to buy this house. It helps you find things like Alexander's talking, the bones of the house, and reveals things that So you have time to renegotiate with the seller, something that you can do to kind of lower the selling price maybe, have them repair the problem or pay to have you repair the problems. Or like Paige said, sometimes you have to choose to walk away. And those things don't come up usually unless you do the inspection. And it kind of, I like to think of it as a kind of a dose of reality. We talk a lot about how buying a house is an emotional decision. And the inspection is kind of put some reality into that dream and that excitement and that euphoria that you have from buying your house, and kind of brings the real issues to light.
Mm-hmm. I agree. There's a flip side of this that we've been talking about buyers a lot the last few weeks. And there's a flip side of that inspection. You can also take this inspection process as a seller and do what we call a pre-inspection. So if, depending on the age of your home, again, knowledge is power. If your home is older, you can do a pre-inspection. And I do that with some of my sellers. And an inspector comes in, does an inspection, we make any repairs that are found, and then you can say, I've done a pre-inspection. You can share. There's some peace of mind in that too. So I like the ability to be able to do that, and I think that helps both buyers and sellers have some sort of peace of mind and understand if anything is going on that they need to address sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
Caulking your windows, folks. I don't know, but I didn't realize, truth serum. I'm married to a builder. So I didn't realize how often you should caulk your windows, but you should.
Well, you should nail them shut. I know that.
Oh yeah, you should. That is not a security measure.
No.
By the way.
For some people it is. You just put a nail in it. I don't know.
The reality is if they want to get into a house, someone's going to get
they're
into
going to
it.
throw something through the window.
Yeah. But caulking your windows, it's huge. And it's a big thing, but it doesn't take much time and it's pretty inexpensive.
And it helps with your utility costs.
Yeah, that's my tip.
Are astronomical sometimes if you don't caulk them.
Yeah, that's my tip for the day. It keeps water out from your windows and then running down the walls and stuff like that. So it's kind of a big deal. That's my tip for the day. So pre-inspections, inspections if you're a buyer. Inspections if you're a buyer are a must.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working with us, they're must.
It's going to happen.
And we feel like we have some really great connections with the home inspectors that we use. And that kind of connection helps because we trust them and they trust us. And so when they tell us that something's a big issue, we know that they're not just trying to, scare us or scare our clients or things like that. They really know what they're talking about. And it helps when we, in Arkansas, because I was just telling Alexandra, when I was writing the blog part thing, I found out that Arkansas is one of a few states that regulates the training for inspectors to get licensed. Not all states do that. And I don't know about you guys, but the fact that someone just got licensed for the heck of it.
I know.
So, yeah, it's one of those things that makes Arkansas awesome. So.
One of many.
Yeah. And so when you're looking to sell or buy or invest and stuff like that, and you're looking for some more information, stuff like that, go to our blog at ejjohnsongroup.com/blog.
Cortado's getting to her.
But you'll find things such as the home inspection, staging your house if you're looking to sell. For inside and outside, and why that's so important, why professional photography is such a game changer in this day and age.
For sell by owner.
Yes, why you might not want to do that. There's 7 very clear reasons why you might not want to for sell by owner. And all those kind of help. I mean, right now, guys, there's 7. It's the lucky number. But the market's picking up. And so if you're kind of on the fence there, give Paige or Alexandra a call and ask why you might want to market your home, why you might want to look into buying.
She's so
shameless plug. Why you might want to look into buying right now because it's picking up. I know Paige just went under contract in less than 12 hours yesterday. So,
well, thanks, Naomi.
Snaps for Paige.
So, talking about buying, we are.
Oh yeah, where are we?
We're in Scissortail. We're in one of the newest gated communities in Benton County. It is on Pleasant Grove Road off of Highway 112. And soon we'll have the Pleasant Grove Road extension that will run along the backside of Shadow Valley. So anyways, but today we are in Scissortail. We are sitting at 4309 South 86th Place.
It's built by the Lynch Johnson Building Company.
It is.
And the lighting is amazing.
Yes, we love it.
But this is a great house. It's a 5-bedroom. If you're looking for a number of bedrooms, 4 or more, we have 3 bedrooms on the main floor. So your master, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths downstairs. Upstairs, we have 2 more bedrooms, 2 more baths, and a huge bonus with a bev center.
Yes.
I mean, you can just stick your kids up there
There's
if
an
you
outdoor
want.
fireplace.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the outdoor fireplace is amazing.
A 3-car garage with 2 on one side and 1 on the other. So if you're one of those people who's into home gyms and things like that, you've got that one single.
We know what Naomi's thinking about. She's thinking about the summer bod. But yes, it's a great house. It is for sale. It is listed with Keller Williams Market Pro Realty, the E.J. Johnson Group, for $588,000. If you're looking for something a little bit smaller, we do have some of those options also here in Scissortail, or we have custom builds available also with Lance Johnson Building Company. So call us. Let us help you sell your home. Let us help you build your home.
Let us help.
Well, other than the homes, what else does Scissortail provide? I know, but I want Paige to tell you.
Well, we didn't talk about it today, but they have a great clubhouse, 2 pools,
Oh my gosh.
1 for the little nuggets,
And now an
it's
adult
adult
pool.
only.
1 for the big nuggets. And it's separated by a nice fence. Has a state-of-the-art sound system, kitchen, gym,
Meeting rooms.
chill rooms. We were up there just a little bit ago, and it kind of warmed my heart a little bit.
Oh, to
I gotta
see the
say,
kids
you weren't
study.
with us because we were showing property in here before today's coffee corner, and it was kind of neat to walk in there, and there were some kids. There was like 4 of them.
They were all studying.
They were studying,
Aww.
So
but you could really see like fellowship, and it was neat. It was
Well,
really
one of the things that Scissortail's always promoting on their page that I think is really great is that it's not just a neighborhood, it's a
Yeah.
lifestyle and it's a community. And I know we had our client event here at the clubhouse in the winter, and not only did a huge majority of our clients come out and we enjoyed time with them, but a lot of just the neighbors came out and we got to meet them. And even if we hadn't worked directly with them,
Yeah.
it was nice to connect with them and to see them interact with each other. It's a great place to live, and it's quiet and it's really central. Once Pleasant Grove connects, it's going to be really central.
Oh
you
my
could be
gosh.
to Marabella's table in 5 minutes. If you like
We know what
Marabella's,
Paige is thinking about.
if you like Marabella's table and
You're
you
ready
like
for a
wine,
glass of wine
I was just
and some
saying.
crab cakes. I'll never forget when I walked in. I was like, have you seen that? And she goes, oh, Paige. And I was like, yes.
Don't give away my secret. This is where I go to like unwind at the end of the day.
Now that you've left, people are going to be like, I know where to find Paige.
Yeah,
I talk to
right.
Paige.
But anyways, that's where we are today. Next week, I don't know where we'll come from next week.
It's a surprise.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll be
surprise
at the clubhouse. I don't know if we've shared that with you. We need to. Maybe the sun will be out and we can hang by the pool.
It'll be April, so it'll probably be rainy. I mean, just reality.
Debbie.
Wow. Sorry. Thanks, Naomi. The sun's gonna shine. It's gonna be
It's
okay.
gonna be beautiful.
Guys, it's hard to believe that it's the end of the first quarter
It is.
and that next week is April and Easter's almost here.
Oh, goodness.
I have to buy eggs.
No, you still have to do
I have to do the Easter bunny.
Yeah. So speaking also of Easter egg hunting, so the
Yes.
second Sunday of every month, Scissortail has a subdivision-wide open house. So all the houses that are for sale, will help all of you, are going to be open. We will have all of our listings open, even those that are under construction. So please come out and see us. Usually one of the builders will be in one of the homes. EJ will be out here to greet you and answer any of your questions. But that's the second Sunday. They're going to have this April, they're going to have an Easter egg hunt at the clubhouse.
They're decorating Easter eggs
Yeah.
and little
Oh,
snacks.
that's so cute.
I think they always do something fun for the family, not just the kids. like mom and dad can get in and have fun also. So stop by the clubhouse when you come in the second Sunday in April or May or whenever you come in, every second Sunday of the month. Stop in on your way out and tour the clubhouse and have a little fun, have a little fellowship. It's been great connecting with you guys today. I'm always so glad to have these two with me. I don't know, I couldn't do it without y'all. So thank you so much. I feel a little emotional today. And I put your Cortado. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Oh.